If I look in my web pages, we've got a page like this, and we've got another page. This is the thing, I got all this junk here that I don't really want to be looking at. So but we got another page. This is, and I might pull this down. Maybe I'll be able to see. Yeah, okay. So this is the assignment that we had. When we left it, it looked like this. Okay. And we're going to turn uh, the one into the other. They're all up there. Let's get rid of those two. Right. So I think I can work with that. Now I closed my Visual Studio, so I guess I'm going to open that again. Yes. This is the Visual Studio of the new version of it. Let's see if I can get a Visual Studio of the old version. So that would be here. If I open this with Visual Studio. Problem is I got this in the way now. I forgot about that menu thing getting in the way. So bear with me on this. Open it up with Visual Studio. And yeah, it's not what I was expecting to see. Yeah, that's the right one. Oh, let's go to Visual Studio Code and see if I can open it from there. Um, not that. Ah, goodness gracious. Let's see. Yeah. So go to WebOld. I want to open this in Visual Studio Code. But when I do, it seems to show me, yeah. Oh, it's very basic. Yeah, this is it though. Yeah. Okay. So we want to turn this code into the thing that produces that other thing. So I don't know if you remember, but we had to change the table. I'm going to go through these things as I can, the best I can, doing them one at a time. Now, we're not actually going to add much new stuff to this. One thing we are going to add is in the we're going to add a picture into this into the table. So we got a table here. The idea is we're going to add a photograph in here. And so in order to do that, what you really need to do to start with is, I think I mentioned this to you at the start of the last one, is that we are going to have new folders created. We have to create folders. Now notice where the index.html file must be in the root of your folder structure. So this is my folder structure for WebOld. If I go up one level, I see I've got this structure called WebOld. That's where I'm putting my website. If I open it up, I see that I have got some subdirectories, one for CSS, one for images, and one for other pages. I do that to organize my data. To organize my website. Could I make a website without those folders? Probably, but it would be so hard to work with that the time that you saved by not making extra folders would be wasted in chasing around finding files, and it could cause you some problems. So what we do is we always create for ourselves some folders so we can organize our things. Now CSS, I'll show you that a bit later. Hopefully we'll get enough time in this lesson to look at that, but it's going to be for changes that we make to the formatting of the file. Images, I'm going to open up that folder now, and you'll see that I've got two images in there. This is what any photographs that I want to use on my web page, I'll usually put them into a folder called images. And so that I know where they are and I can easily link to them. So that's what I need to do there. All right, so I've done that. And I'm going to have a look at my Visual Studio Code of this. I want to put a photograph of the teacher in this. Now I do have a photograph of myself, so I'm going to do that there. Now, to do an image, we use a special tag, which you won't be too surprised is called the IMG or image tag. So I'm going to put the image tag in. The image tag, you need to do a couple of things. One is you have to identify the SRC. SRC stands for the source. Where is this image? So where this image is, it's in my images folder. So I'm just going to say images. Do you see that it comes up there? I just by starting it, and then I can see with the drop down list, if I had this menu out of the way, I can see, well, let's try it again. So you can see that images. So drop down list of all of the photographs that are actually in the images folder. And so I know that this is the one that I want to use. So I just take it. The alt is just sometimes the browser will not, for some reason, will not be able to show the photograph, probably because the link that you put here was wrong. If you got the link wrong, then it won't show a photograph. So what you usually do is you just say something like that. Now that'll only show up if the picture doesn't. Okay, now usually what I do is I'm going along, working along in my websites, is I will I think I'll close the paragraph on this. Oh, yeah. Close the paragraph on that, and I'll open another one here. Just another, I should tell you why I'm doing that. Why would I do that? Because what I notice is when I put the photograph in, I get a bit of a yeah, that's fine. When I put the photograph in, it would end up beside the words, and I want it to be below the words. So by putting them in different paragraphs, I get it below the words. I got too many paragraph. I don't need this one after all. Oh, I do need a P there. Just one. Yeah, because I have a closing there. So what I should do is as I go, I should test that. I'm going to test that, Control S, and go back to my website. Now I've got two of these. The old one is this one. And now I've got this great huge photo in there. Okay, so what do I do with that? All right, so this is the thing that we notice with CSS is we actually have to do some styling of the photograph. What we're going to do with the photograph is we're going to make it the size that we can use. And actually, I'm going to actually go over to my open recent. And what I should have is this one. What you'll see is I've done a lot of so with the image. Oh yeah, I should tell you about this now, right? For each of the different kinds of things that we do, we can do styling on it based on the tag. We could do a tag styling. And that's what this is doing. The IMG here means for every image tag in the web page that this is associated with, and this is this web page, this is what we're going to do with it. We're going to put a border around it, and we're going to change the size to be 50 px. I'm going to take that now. Oh, and we're going to wrap it. We've got some other things going on there. This is only just for, I'm not going to work with that just now. This is only for our background ones. So the one that I want now is this. This is the coding that's going to put the picture into the box with only 50 px is wide, and it's got some space around it and a border. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in my other one. File, open recent, and that would be this one. And this is, so what I need is I need to have this in the style. Do I have a style? Yes, I do. So here in the style, I'm going to style that image. I have to close the thing. Yeah, that should work. Let's see. Let's save that. I'm changing the border of the image, and I'm making the image smaller by doing that. Go and have a look. This is the old one. I'm going to resize it, and there it is. So I was able to get that image down to a smaller size. Mostly that happened in the code. This stuff here, this is the thing that made it the right size. But these things also put a border around it. Now, the other thing is, last time in the table, we did some things to make the table better. We put a border on it, and we changed the colors of the border. Yeah. Let's have a look at some of that. Now, that'll be in the styling. Rather than write it all again, I'm going to take it from my other work, because I did this work last night. And it's this one. Let's have a look at the coding for our table. That's up here. No, that's the body. Here's the table. The table's got a lot of stuff going on, right? Here's the table. So what we've done, let me explain each of these as we go. I'm saying for the table, it's going to be 70%. That means it's going to take up 70% of the width of the page. So in other words, there'll be 15% space on either side. This is a good way of getting the table to sit in the middle. The border collapsed because remember when we put the borders on last time, it came up with 2 lines. The border was a 2-line border. So collapsing changes that 2 lines of border into 1. And so now the border is only going to have 1 px. Px stands for pixel. What we're saying with 1 px is we're going to draw a line, and it's only 1 pixel wide. And we're going to make it solid. Solid because with your lines, they don't have to be solid. You could have dotted lines, or you could have dashed lines. You could do that if you wanted to, but we're going to have solid. And the margin left and right, I'm setting them as auto, because I'm setting up the only 70% wide for the table, and that should push it all to the middle. So let me take that table, all the table styling that I've done there, and I'm going to put it into our come on, this one. And so up here in the styling, I'm going to have something about the table. Now, the table has some subcomponents to it, and we're going to work on those in a minute. All right, so let's put that table in there. The table's, when I say put the table in there, it's been there all the time, but what I'm doing is I'm putting the styling of the table in, save that, and we should see the table change quite a bit. So this says table. Down here in the actual code in the body, I've got some code that says table. Everything between the table tags is going to be affected by this. Now, our table rows and table detail, we can access them a bit more directly, and we will. But let's save this. And we're going to go and have a look at our code again, our thing again. So when I update this, I should see that my table has changed a bit. Let's see. Yeah, so I got my table over there. I got my outside is working nice, but you can see that I don't have any inside borders. And yeah, and also the text is not aligned the way we want. Just to show you what our target is, I'm going to go back to our target so you can see it. We want something like that. And we're a long way from that at the moment, right? But we can get there. You can see what we've done so far is we got that image in there. We got a table, but we haven't sort of really styled it properly yet. We want to style it properly. So let's go and do that. Back to our code. So this is our, we want to style each of these headers, the table headers, and each of the table details and each of the table rows. We want to style them so that we get some borders. And for the table headers, we want to style a background color. For the table rows, we want to style so that we get every other line has a color in it. And so there's a way of doing all of that. So let's go and have a look at what that way is and the surprise, right? Let's go back to our one we've worked on. So in the table, we're going to make a border for all of the, I think let's do that first. So that's the simple one. Yeah, let's just do that. Control C, copy it, go and put it in the other one. See how that works. And so up in my CSS, I've got some table stuff, but I'm going to do table again just for border. I'm not sure that I even need it. I think I can do it without the table. Oops. What did I copy in there? Yeah, okay, so let's not do that. Let's just go to TH and TD. And what we wanted is we want to have a border with one PX solid. And solid. Oh, there's a color there once. Let's see how that affects it. Save. Go back to our code and see if we get our, yeah, we got it. That gave us our solid lines for around all of the cells. So that worked okay. Let's do our table header now. Background color. So just the table header, we can just do a TH and say we want a background color. Background color, where are you? It starts BA, not background. Okay, background color. And choose a color that we like. Aquamarine's okay. And that should get our heading a nice color. Let's see, Control S. And go and have a look at that. See what's happened. And that gave us a heading with a nice color just for the header. So that's worked all right. Some other things that I noticed is we got throughout the entire document, we have changed the font type. So that instead of being this one here, we've got something that looks a little bit more like a web page with sans serif. Sans serif means that the letters don't have any curly bits on the edges of them. So the letters are just straight sided and straight topped. Sans serif, I think, looks better on web pages. It's hard to read if you have a dense book that you're reading. Then we typically don't do sans serif. Having said that, this one here is sans serif. But yeah, I personally think it looks better to have sans serif. It's up to you. Okay, so that's the other thing. When you're doing webs, this is a creative process. It's up to you how you do it. You might like it better like this. So I could be totally wrong in my choosing of sans serif, but I would choose a sans serif for this. And how I would do that is I would say, okay, so for the entire body, I think, of the program, of the website, I'm going to do a font family, and I'm going to choose something which is sans serif. Well, the first one I see there, I know that Arial is sans serif. See, Times is serif. Helvetica Arial. Oh, maybe that's shorter. Let's just do that. Helvetica Arial sans serif. So that should change all of the fonts on the web page. Everything that's in the body, between the body tags, should have that. Let's see. And we'll go back to our web page because I saved that and reload the web page kind of. And yeah, we changed it to, I think that's a better look on a web page. Okay, so we're starting to get there. I mean, we're not there yet, but we're starting to get there. We got our table out there taking up 70% of the space. It's got auto margins, and so it goes kind of right in the middle. Yeah, it's not quite as tidy as it could be, but we will get there. All right, so let's have a look at our codes. what's the next thing? I'm going to go back to the assignment. What have we done? So got everything for the table there so far. What do you think this might do? So we're just going through these one at a time now. TD, and I got text align center. What that will do in the table is put all the text in the middle of each column. So that's a neat thing to use. Let's go and do that. And also for the H1, H2P, this is going to put everything in the center of the page. So let's just take those. We haven't done those yet. I'm going to take this is going to take every element of the every cell in the table and make all whatever's in there centered. This is going to take every other line in the table and give it a different color. This is for all of our headings and paragraphs. It's going to take all the text in the website and put it in the center. So I'm just going to take those, copy them, and I'm going to put them in my recent file. So anywhere inside the style, I can do that. As long as it's between the style tags, I can put those in there. It doesn't matter if I've got something else about TD. Now, when I say it doesn't matter, the CSS, the styling, is read by the computer when it loads the web page. It reads it like a computer program. And so I think you know how that computer programs work from the first line down to the bottom. So if you have see, I got something here about TD here, and I got something below it about TD. If you have more than one line that's referring to the same element in the web page, the one that's last is the one that you'll see. All right. So if it happens twice, if the one above is different than the one below, the one above won't matter. Let's put those all in here. I guess I did. Did I put them in? Yeah, I did. Okay, so all of that's in there. This should align everything in the table. This should give me odd colors in the table itself. This should align all the other text, because the other text is some of it's in a heading 1, heading 2, a paragraph, a ordered list, and an unordered list. Let's save that. All of that's in there. Go and see how that worked out. Yeah, so now, so we haven't quite got everything right. There's a bit of a worry, right? So yeah, so I missed out something there. There's something that I have to sort of do yet with that. So but we have all of our words in the middle. Yeah. Get on with it. Now let's have a look at our other one. You see that we have actually sort of fixed that. So we were able to center everything to do with the unordered and ordered lists. And we should be able to do that on this one as well. Let's have a look. So going back to our code, I think you can see this could take you a little while if you're sort of just doing this and had never had anything to do with it before. People do spend a bit of time learning it. Let's open up what we did and see what we can find on the okay, all of that we've got. All right. So what we did is we've changed the lists. So our unordered list and our ordered list, we've used this command display inline block, and I think that should get the stuff back to where we want it to go. So I'm just going to go there, grab that, and let's see, copy it, go to my new file, and I'm going to put that in there. So styling the list, because I hadn't really styled the lists. Oh, so actually, this won't work like that, just like that. What I have to do is I have to set a class for OL. So let's go back and have a look at how I did that. So back here to yep. Going into the body, looking at the list. Where is your list? Yes. Do you see what I did? I said, I've done this with it. So I've had to create a div. A div is a division. Um, what a division is going to be a part of the website that can be treated differently than the rest of the website. And I've got one here that's just called container. And actually, I've made that for the entire web. That goes, you'll see that container goes all the way down to here, right? So got two divs there. This is a bit tricky. But I kind of had to do this to get that to move over. So and I've got a class called, actually, this is enough for right now. We're going to take these two classes and we're going to do that for our two lists. And we'll do this other div later because this other div was necessary so that we could get the image in the background. So it is a little complicated. So I'm going to leave that for now. We're going to look at this one. What we've done here is we've created a class. When we create a class, that's something that you can have more than one of these and you can treat them in a specific way. So anything that's going to be, we can have more than one class MyOL, even though we've only got one, but we're going to treat it in our styling in a certain way. So I'm going to go back to our new one, which I've called old, and we're going to style. Well, first we have to, oh, I do have, is this my old one? Yeah. So I've already done that. What I did here is I put the class for my UL and a class for my OL. So this will actually work. Is this the right one? I don't know. Let's have a look. My should be old. Yeah. I'm not getting confused between the two. Yeah, so that should actually work. I thought I removed those divs. Yeah, I did remove it from here. Yeah, so okay. Let's have a look at this, see if it's okay. Save it and go back and run that. So what we want to do is we want to pull these back. And that code that did there where we went into the two lists and we made them classes and then we styled the classes, that should do it. Let's try. Yeah, but it brought them over here. Um, I have to go back to the container. All right. So I guess that's okay. Looks like I'm going to have to put that div in to pull all of that stuff over, which will include the background image when we do the background image. So let's look at that. Let's go and go to our fixed one. See what we got. Okay, so this thing here, wherever you see a dot, you see the dot in front of this? That is referring to a class. So that means I have set up. How are we going, folks? You still following along? Yeah. This is referring to a class. Here's another class. So we must have set those classes up somewhere. We got demo BG, demo wrap, and we're making the position relative. We're not having an overflow that you can see. The opacity, 0.2, that means that we're going to have an image that's going to be in this class demo.bg, and that image is going to be 80% of it is going to be transparent. It's only going to be 20% you're going to be able to see. Now, this is really cool, this bit here. We're gonna have an image there, and we're gonna make it so it takes up 50% of the screen. And the left and the right beside it are going to be 25%. So it's going to push it into the middle of the screen. And And yeah, then our demo content is relative. So we should go and look and see where all of these things are. Where's demo content, demo DG, demo wrap? That's because we've styled them. So looking at this, we've got a class called demo wrap. Demo wrap starts here and it goes right to the end. So basically everything in the web page is going to be demo wrap. So what did we do with demo wrap? We just made the overflow head hidden and everything relative. Demo BG, let's find it. Demo BG, demo wrap, not here. Demo content. Oh, here it is. My demo BG is in an image tag. So demo BG is just going to be for this image. So we're going to put an image tag in there. I'm using the EPA logo, and that is that is going to be styled by everything in demo wrap. So going looking at this, what's happening with demo, oh, sorry, demo BG, not demo wrap. Yeah, everything in demo BG is going to be, and this would be better if I had these all tabbed out. So it wasn't so. Anyway, so our image is going to be styled by everything demo BG because that's in the image. Going back up here to look at that demo BG, that's going to make our image like that. 0.2, the position is going to be absolute. So I'm going to do that now. I think I'll put that div on there. I should get the demo wrap div. So demo wrap div, that's going to be this. I'm just going to copy all this stuff. Yep, let's copy that and put that in our other file. And that was up here in the body. Now, I have some open div tags. So what do I mean by that? That means I've opened up a new div. A div is like having a whole new body of the web page. And I've opened up the div, but I haven't closed the div. So let's see, I've got an open div there, an open div there, and an open div here. So I'm going to have to close those divs. And memory suits me right, I can just close them down here. So when you close a tag, you use like that. Oh. So hopefully I counted that right. There was 3 open div tags. Let's see. There's a high probability that right now it's going to turn out looking a mess, but we'll see. It wasn't this one, it was this one. Right. So let's see. We didn't, oh, there's our image. It hasn't really moved it anywhere where it should be. So that's not quite right. Got our image in there, but it's, wow. So that might be because of our div tags are a little bit wrong. Let's see. Right. So I might not have counted them right. So div, this is the first div. Oh, well, the other thing is I might not have put the styling in for it yet. Yeah, that's right. So gonna go back and actually style those now. So gonna get the styling from the built up one. So if I go back here, this styling, I have to add all of this styling to make that work properly. Um, so let's go put it in. So I got one for the container. I don't think I've used that yet. So I'm going to copy that in um, to my new one, which I call the old one. That wasn't there, right? So yeah, I need to, so some of the styling, I'm working on those divs. And let's see, first thing I'm going to do is going to try and put everything in the whole website, try and make it in the center. Save that. See if it, yeah, so that brought the stuff back the way we wanted it. That's starting to look better. Got everything centered. Uh, then the next thing I want to do, I guess, is so I'll go back to that to the one where I've done it because I'll pick that up because I and what have I got? Other things that I've done, styling of the divs are all here. I got this demo wrap thing. Uh, that's for most of the website. And demo BG, this is just for the background image and demo content. Let's put them on, put them in. Let's just do the image first, see, so we can see stuff happening one at a time. So I'm just going to do that. Okay. Now, because I think I put all those tags in there, all right. But I'm trying to sort of do this one at a time. I should go into pick up the file. And so, oh, we run out of time. Darn. Um, so what I tried to do is just put this demo BG in. What this should do is just affect the background image. Let's save it, and this will be the last thing we do. We'll pick up from here next time. So let's see what happens with the this is. I hope I explained that to you. Okay, you can see what the demo BG is. Just to remind you, the we inserted another picture, which is the logo, and we gave it a class, demo BG. And so here is how we're making it to look. These are all the rules that apply to that image. So I'm gonna save that, and we're gonna go to our code and update. And what we do is we get the background image coming there. It's in kind of very light pale. We didn't finish, but we got pretty near to. What do you think, guys? I'm going to stop the recording now. I will put that recording up, and tomorrow we'll look at the rest of it. And anyways, let's stop there. And